Common theme I see right now is that people want to skip ahead. They want to pretend like racism doesn't exist. They want to pretend like brown people don't suffer. They want to pretend like brown people have fair opportunity and that they're the problem now. And yeah, we do gotta be responsible for ourselves. No doubt. It's your life, you gotta be responsible for yourself. We gotta do things. This is the way it does. And there is a struggle there. But there's a struggle there for a reason. But there's no excuses. There's a struggle there. But people want to skip ahead and pretend like, hey, we did all the work. We helped you out. We did all these things. What's the problem? And the problem is you're trying to skip ahead. The problem is that there is a denial there. People are in denial. People of non-color in particular are in denial that racism exists. Not everybody, but some people. Some people will say to me sometimes that, racism doesn't exist. Everything is fine now. Police brutality doesn't exist. Everything's fine now. Not true. We're improving. We're improving with police brutality because we've made a stand and people are talking. We're improving with racism and biases in all areas of life, jobs, whatever it is, because people are speaking, talking, and exposing the ugliness of it. That's why we're doing the work. You gotta do the work. There's no skipping of the work. But some people of color and non-color, both, they want to skip the work. They want to pretend or assume that the work is already done. And it's not that they're pretending. They just want to make an assumption. They want to make the assumption that the work is done and things are just perfect. Because you exist now. They exist right now. So there's no way that when they exist right now, there's no way we're like the generation before who was discriminatory, the generation before who mistreated brown people, and the generation before them who did all these atrocious things to other human beings. There's no way. They don't even want to be associated with that group. So they disconnect and they deny. And they say, no, things are perfect because we're the perfect generation. We are equal opportunities. We do this and that. But it's not true. There's still suffering in this generation. There's a lot of suffering in this generation. It's a unique kind of suffering because it's behind closed doors. It's a sneaky, behind closed doors kind of suffering. Watch politicians. Watch how they use race to try to get votes. They bait people, they bait ignorant people, and they try to bait them against brown people in political views. Trump did it. And other politicians are following him doing the same thing because they want to win. They want to get the votes. They may not even be racist. They may not even think that way. Or maybe they do. But either way, they bait us. They bait people of color. They bait us Americans. And then people try to say, racism doesn't exist. They're the problem. No, we're not the problem. We have problems, yes, and we've got to work through the problems, people of color, for sure. But we're not the problem. We are in a society together. This is all of our country together. The problem, though, is denial. That's the problem. Denial. Denial that racism exists. Denial that there's systemic racism in systems. Denial that there's police brutality. Denial. People want to deny an attempt to skip ahead and pretend as if everything is perfect, as if that work had been done to combat all racism, and it hasn't been. And it's funny because it hasn't been. We're in the middle of it now. Yes, it's better. We're in the middle of it now, but we got a long ways to go as a country, as a group. But I will tell you this. My thought process and my instincts are that we're moving very fast in the right direction. Extremely fast in the right direction. Maybe in 5 years, maybe 10 years, 20 years, people can then say, maybe, and take credit for how far we've come. But we're not there yet.